Thank you for watching WISD TV and welcome to another edition of Know Your Schools. My name is Dale Caffey. My special guest today is Lisa Cain, the new principal at Hillcrest Professional Development School. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you too.
Congratulations on your new position.
Yes.
But you've been in Waco ISD for quite a long time.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about your road through education at Waco ISD.
I started in Waco ISD in 1992 as an English teacher here at University High School, where we're filming today. Dr. Rudy Lopez hired me, and he has kind of seen me through my years of teaching. I taught English for 18 years. Went back to school to get my master's in administration and my principal certification. Did that, finished that up in 2009. So I was an instructional specialist for 1 year, an assistant principal for 2 years, and now excitedly ready to start my principalship at Hillcrest.
Talk about the excitement of being named the principal for the first time in your life, something probably you've been working toward.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Dr. Lopez has been, kind of instrumental in mentoring me as he's come back into the district and I've been making my way through administration. I always try to better myself and improve myself, and I think things like interviewing for jobs is one way for me to do that. And so when I got the call to come interview, I always apply for jobs, and I got the call to interview, and I can't believe it's finally happening. And so it did, and I'm thrilled. I've worked with Mr. Carpenter several years here at university, and we've been working very closely together these past week or so that the transition is happening, to make sure that we have a really smooth transition.
Now, you were brought up in Waco, went to Baylor University, but when you first went to Baylor, you weren't thinking about a teaching career just yet.
No, I went to Baylor and I graduated with a degree in journalism. My bachelor's degree is in journalism, and I guess that kind of is toward my English background, because I wanted to be a writer, and I really wanted to do that, and I wanted to work for, not really a newspaper so much, but a magazine. I wanted to be like a magazine writer. But I did, when I graduated, got a job at the Waco Tribune-Herald, an entry-level job, and I did that for about a year. And at the same time that I was working there, I was volunteering, teaching and tutoring with MCC's adult education classes, doing GED and ESL tutoring, and I loved that. And my dad said, you probably need to go back to school and get paid for doing something that you love. And that's what prompted me to go back to school. I went through Tarleton's alternative certification program, finished that up in 1992, and got my first job here at University High School in Waco.
And lo and behold, a couple of decades later,
yes,
you're becoming a principal.
I'm becoming a principal. So
wonderful. Talk a little bit about Hillcrest PDS. Of course, that was Waco ISD's first professional development school, and now it's one of several in the district. We have had that partnership with Baylor for, wow, almost 2 decades, I guess. So talk about being a part of a PDS school.
Well, as a teacher at University High School, I was part of because University is a PDS school as well. So as a teacher, I was a mentor to TAs and interns, and I had several in my classes that I was with. One actually taught here with me this year. She had come from A.J. Moore. She had been my intern, came from A.J. Moore, and was a teacher here. So we were kind of back together again this year. Another intern of mine that I mentor through the PDS program is very successful in Mesquite as a high school teacher, and she just now got her master's in counseling, so I think she's about to become a counselor. So I've got strong knowledge and a good background of the PDS program. Love working with Baylor as a graduate from Baylor, and really looking forward to taking what I know as teaching with PDS and going into Hillcrest as the leader of that campus and making sure that that program stays really strong.
Of course, you had your degree and then got the alternative certification.
Yes.
So you didn't go into Baylor as an education major, but if you would have had that PDS experience, boy, I mean, talk about looking back now, how wonderful that is for today's college student.
Absolutely. My first year teaching, the Tarleton program was really, really good and prepared me. And I had a strong mentor, unofficial mentor teacher, when I came to university, but I can remember walking into that classroom for the first time thinking, it's me, this is it, it's, sink or swim kind of thing. But having the PDS program and being able to really mentor those teachers through a couple of years and having them, a couple hours a day through staying with you as an intern, and they really develop knowledge of instruction, knowledge of what a teacher does from the first moment of the morning till late into the evenings of grading papers and assessing and attending faculty meetings and trainings. I think it really, really prepares people to go into teaching, and I think even lets you know maybe this isn't for me, and so that you can go on. And I think for a campus leader, it lets us know we have some people that we can choose from. We're kind of growing our own, so to speak. And so when they have graduated, then they're good to say, hey, we want you to come work for us.
And incidentally, we now have 2 PDS partnerships at Waco ISD with Baylor University and Tarleton State.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
yeah,
I didn't know that. That's
that contract
wonderful.
was just signed a month
really?
ago,
Okay.
and so we're going to have Tarleton State PDS students are on our campuses at 2 of our campuses. So we're expanding that program.
Oh, wow.
And as we're talking about PDS, of course, you mentioned that first year you went to a classroom, it was sink or swim.
Yes.
By the time they're through with that program, they're almost a seasoned veteran.
They are. They really are. And I think it's good for, and I'm speaking for myself as a former classroom teacher with mentors and TAs in my classroom. It kept me on my toes because I thought, okay, I've got this young, fresh person who's trying to decide, is this what they want to do with their lives, their career. I've got to keep on my toes and make sure that I am being the best role model possible. And I think they're kind of in the same position. They're doing the same thing. And I think for everyone involved, it brings teaching up to another level. It brings instruction. The kids thrive and benefit from having 2 teachers in a classroom.
No doubt about it. One of the things that you're inheriting at Hillcrest Professional Development School is that Showtime theater.
Yes.
I guess you've already heard about it. You've probably experienced it before. But talk about that as being a part of really the curriculum, because it's not just a chance for those kids to perform. There's a lot of learning that goes on behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely. And I've been working, like I said, with Mr. Carpenter. He and I know each other very well, and we have been working, texting, emailing, phone calls. We met today for a couple of hours talking about things. So I know very well the importance that, Showtime from day one. It's an ongoing learning process for the kids and the teachers and the staff and the parents. And I have several friends who have had children go through Hillcrest who have participated in Showtime, so I know just how vitally important that program is to the culture and the campus.
What else have you been able to learn about? Obviously, you have a chance to meet some parents, or have had a chance to meet some of the parents this summer, but we really don't get a chance to get to know them that well until school begins.
Right. I attended Saturday. The Hillcrest does art a la carte, one Saturday a month, and so went to that last Saturday for about 30-45 minutes and met a handful of parents and kids, and that was real exciting. Actually, I ended up knowing one of the ladies who comes and does the art a la carte there. We know each other, so small world. So I have gotten to meet a few parents, and I know I'll start officially on the 22nd. Next Monday is my first official day at Hillcrest, so I'll be there just ready to meet parents and greet parents and answer any questions that I can, and just be there ready to go.
Now, your career for the most part has been at the high school level.
Yes.
Now you're getting a chance to go down to the elementary level. Is that a problem with you, or is it?
No. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I had ironically talked to Mr. Carpenter a little bit when I knew that his assistant principal was moving and to take over another elementary school. And thinking like, oh, maybe I could, come over to Hillcrest, work as an AP there for a little bit, just to get some, I wanted to do elementary. And one of my good friends, former retired Waco ISD elementary and middle school principal, Pat Marlin, PDS as well. She had been a PDS site coordinator at university. Several years ago, when I had gone back to school to start my administration process, and I had asked her that question, she said, well, a good leader is a good leader, and you have leadership skills that transcend wherever you are. If you're a good listener, a good collaborator. You know how to work with parents and teachers and students, and you know what's important, that instruction is important on your campus, that every decision you make needs to be based on what your campus needs are and what's best for your students, then it doesn't matter where you are. A good leader is a good leader, and I possess those skills. And so I'm looking forward to taking what I've learned here at the secondary level and coming to elementary. I'm really excited about that. And we've had several, secondary assistant principals who have made the transition to elementary principals and have done very well. So I'm following in their footsteps. Lots have come from university high schools, as a matter of fact. So I'm excited.
You gonna miss the high school kids though?
I'm gonna miss the high school kids, but I'm really looking forward to elementary.
Very good. Anything else you want to add before you head off into the first year of the elementary principal show?
No, but I'm excited to start saying, "Go Dolphins!"
Very good. And you'll still be a Trojan, because once a Trojan,
always a Trojan. Yes.
But congratulations on your new
much.
appointment.
Thank you.
Again, this is Lisa Cain. She's the new principal at Hillcrest Professional Development School. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Know Your Schools. My name is Dale Caffey. We'll see you next time.